Welcome to episode 2 of the Power Circle, where we talk shit, get lit. Got my boys like always. Y'all know the names: Tim, Vic, myself, Tyree, Mark. Call him. He left his number on there last time. And your boy Christian over here. Tim Murphy is the Pennsylvania senator who was pro-life against abortion, and he got his side chick pregnant and asked her for an abortion.
He the realest.
So, of course, he stepped down like always. You know how you do.
Yeah.
He resigned his position at the House, and it's this big controversy because this dude was just like all pro-life and let's ban abortion and da 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 da. Next you know, he get a side chick pregnant. Now he's like, yo, can you get an abortion? Trying to pay her off to cover it up.
That's some movie shit.
Yeah. So, how y'all feel about that? Go ahead.
I feel like a lot of people and like politicians, they agree with certain policies and decisions because of their party, not because of their personal opinion. And that's why I don't really get into politics, because I'm somebody who make decisions off how I feel, not how my group wants me to feel or tells me to feel. So I just feel like, he could have been all pro-life and all that, but if he's a Republican, that's kind of how they sway. You know what I mean? That's the way they sway anyway. So it's like, yeah, you could say pro-life, but you could be for pro-life and still have people get abortions. Because you could say like, hey, I don't mind if people are born, whatever. But me personally, I would have an abortion if I can't take care of it.
Yeah. Exactly.
So we can say whatever about him, but if the child comes and he don't want to be there for it, and he's a deadbeat father, we're gonna be looking at him for that reason as well. So it just depends, man. I don't have an issue with him. What you think, Christian?
I think it's hypocritical, for one, to stand where you stand, until it's a discomfort for yourself in your own personal life. So you figure if that's what he's willing to do, how is that somebody that's supposed to represent all of us?
Yeah.
If you're willing to turn back, for your own discomfort, what are you gonna do in the face of adversity when it's our well-being at hand? So I don't rock with that.
Yeah. You got any thoughts on that?
For him to be like, oh, okay, like as soon as it happened to him, like he switched the whole shit. I understand you. Like if you one way, be one way. But when the shit start happening to you, don't switch over to the other side. Do what you were supposed to do from the get-go. But it was me. I still want to do. Like he had to do what he had to do. So
yeah, I feel like you don't know how it feels until the shoes on your foot.
Right.
So it's like, that's why it's like you can't be throwing stones when you live in a glass house.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm never like, oh, I'm against this or I'm against that. Until you put the shoes on your foot, dog, you can be like, I'm pro-life, and then you like, yo, how am I gonna spend this when my chick is pregnant? I'm gonna tell my wife, now my family's gonna be ruined, I'm losing everything now. You shouldn't have did it in the first place. I know that's what you're gonna say, but you know what I'm saying? Like, he should have just, now you see why people decide to get him. You know what I'm saying? That could open his eyes, but now he gone. So,
what I was gonna say, it ties into what you're saying right there, is why people get them, but a majority of the time the reason why people get them is because they're not in the position to take care of that child properly. But in this man's case, he's well off compared to the rest of us.
Exactly.
You have young people, you have single mothers, you have one-parent households that are raising children off of nothing. So for somebody that gets paid an extraordinary amount of money to do a very little job, there's no reason why you should try and punk out of that responsibility.
Yeah,
He's looking out for himself.
And that's exactly what he's doing. He's being selfish. He's being a selfish asshole.
That's fucked up, because like people who get abortion, not just like that, we're like in a bad position. Some people, like, I don't mean to bring up another like bad topic, but like some women get raped and then and they get pregnant on that, and they're trying to be like the whole anti-abortion shit. You gonna let a girl it's really touchy topic for me.
Yeah,
I feel what you're saying though. But that's why I never even heard of this cat till right now. But that's my thing. Like I feel like a lot of people when as a politician, you kind of leave your personal opinion. It leaves once you become a politician.
Exactly.
You're supposed to leave it at the
Supposed
door.
to leave it at the door.
I mean, yeah, and that's what they do. So my thing is, he may have felt like I have to be for this,
Yeah.
you know, because this is the side I'm with, and without this, I won't get elected.
That's
Their whole reason and for being a politician is to get elected. So they'll do whatever it takes to get elected. So I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, but he's going against what he said.
Yeah, he's going
no.
against this.
Well, what I'm saying is,
he
he may be doing this for Republicans, but himself, he
But
may
like,
be.
Okay, I get
No, you said. I mean, he's still cadding, like you
Yeah.
still tripping. Like I'm not. I mean, me personally, I would never be standing up somewhere saying I'm not for this and then be doing it. But then again, I'm not a politician. So
That's true.
that's all I'm saying. Y'all coming for his head. y'all giving me no love.
Yeah, nice and did that. So that leads into my next topic: side pieces. So you know, some of us had some of us played those side piece roles. So I mean, and it's like the year of the side, is year of the side chicks. You know, you got Kevin Hart getting caught up with the side chick. You got, everybody getting caught up with their side chicks, and they out here just speaking about it. So
Young Thug got caught up.
Young Thug got caught up. So I want to talk about side piece, being the side piece, and also side piece rules and expectations. So I'm gonna start off
Shit.
because I ain't gonna lie, I look at myself as the ultimate side nigga. Fuck it, I'll be that. I don't care. Cause look, check it out. At the end of the day, they gotta go home. So, but as the side dude, you supposed to, you gotta play your role, play your position.
Ain't just side dude, side pieces. Period.
Side pieces, period. Yeah, you're supposed to play your position, play your role, chill, sit in the back. You know what I'm saying? Don't mess up what they got going on. Actually, you already are messing it up, but
you're not really messing it up. You kind of could be continuing it.
Yeah.
Because if they didn't have that side in some situation, they would leave who they with.
That's true.
You feel me? So really, if you think about it in a different light, it's not the best way to go about it.
Yeah.
But sometimes it happens.
Yeah.
It happens. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm nobody's side piece or nothing like that. But when
You ain't never been a side piece before.
I'm what? I'm not even touching on that. But look, I mean, yes, I have. Okay, I have. Damn. And I mean, when the situation is right and the side piece know how to play their role, it can work. It can work. Like I said, I always say, people think about life as black and white, but it's a lot of gray.
It's a lot.
And that's one of those gray areas where sometimes side pieces that work out. Me personally, it's like right now, I wouldn't want my chick having no side piece.
Hell no.
So you got
nobody on the other foot.
you
Hell
gotta
no.
take that into consideration when you doing what you
Man.
doing. You know what I mean? You colored nigga.
The Lord knows on me.
But I do not knock it. If you got side pieces, if you got a stable, if you got whatever, do what makes you happy. That's the key to life.
Mark was.
You live, you learn, move on. I've been on both sides of the road. You live, you learn, move on. Right now, I'm the main course. I can be nobody's biscuit, okay? I'm the main course in this motherfucker.
You know your worth.
Right now. I know my work.
Know your worth.
But the key to being a good side piece is being versatile though.
You gotta be
But you
versatile.
ain't gotta just be the biscuit. You could be a macaroni and cheese, the coleslaw. You got options. It's up to you.
You could be the cookie if you want to.
Hey, so look, but sometimes it could be steak and shrimp.
Ooh.
Meaning that, yeah, they got steak, but you still shrimp though.
Still good.
That's
Hold
not
them down.
that bad. You
No,
know
it's
what
down.
you think about it. So I'm just saying, it's about
Vic, what's your opinion on Mr. Faithful?
I ain't with it. I think it's
Obviously, nigga, we don't know. Obviously, nigga, we don't know. Go ahead.
I don't like it too because I was like a side piece I didn't even know, so I was like, oh shit. But, yeah, I'm serious, yeah. I was fucking with this one girl.
He thought he was He thought he was the entree.
Next topic. And that's the next topic.
And that's, I'm sorry, bro, that ain't funny, but it is, bro.
Real quick, we ain't gotta elaborate on it, but have
still
the-
smash stuff.
Hey, real shit. Have the girls y'all ever dealt with had side pieces? Just yes or no?
Was that?
Have you ever been with a girl that had a side piece and you found out?
Obviously,
Yes.
he was a
Yeah.
side
Yes.
No. Not you as a side
Yes.
piece.
Yeah.
She had.
Yes.
Oh, damn.
Yes.
It's double spectrum. He thought he was in a relationship, but really,
Like,
he
now you
was.
see why they
fucking
want to
up.
cancel this aside.
Yeah, I'm fucking up.
Yeah, he didn't know who was the side. Me, to my knowledge, no. But I don't put none past anybody. She could have been doing some dirt.
More
No.
power to her.
Yeah. I probably deserved the karma. Anyway, go.
Stupid.
No, that wasn't.
No, have you been?
Has
Yeah,
your,
have
any
anybody
of
you
your
dealt
females
with
ever had
has
a
what?
side piece?
Yeah.
Yeah. A couple girls. Yeah.
You and it.
I'm not the only
I
one.
mean-
See, I'm not the only one.
It's like, move on. Just move on.
Yeah.
I'm saying, did you like once you found out you just cut it off?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's what I okay.
Chris,
Man,
obviously,
well,
we know your
so,
answer,
we know he
'cause
ain't.
he has not.
He too real in the game.
That's a goal, right?
That is a goal.
That's
That's a goal.
good.
Yeah.
Next.
Next topic.
Oh, yeah.
See some realness. Terrell Pryor came out and said he was called the N-word when he was
Yeah.
walking through the tunnel and flashed.
Uh-huh.
So, is it these players are supposed to just play sports until they say? But do you feel that he was justified for going at the fan for calling him the N-word? And why? And why is it? What does this say about 2017 with sporting events and just people just being able to just say whatever the hell they want to say?
Oh, so, I mean, I battled off again, man. If the way I feel about it is like this is a real important time in the NFL. Not just the NFL, but I feel like with them, they're like civil rights
Yeah.
and even like equality right now. It's a real important time because these issues is not going away.
No.
At one point in time, sports was where you went to get away from all that shit. And now that it's being integrated in sports with the kneeling, with the players coming out and saying, you know, they getting disrespected, it's like now some people, they have no way of not seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
In his defense, I mean, yeah, somebody disrespects you as a man. What are you taught at a young age to defend yourself?
Right,
Exactly.
But I mean, also, and not again, not justifying the fans or anything, but he's there just to do a job, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, and their reactions to this stuff, you're only feeding into that energy.
Exactly.
You know,
it's like,
and it's like so easy for me to be like, oh, ignore it. And as opposed to having a bunch of people screaming at you and shit like that.
You can't ignore it as being in that, and you know exactly playing.
But
I've heard stuff like that, but it's like you can't when people say something to you, it's so hard to ignore what somebody's saying to you, like especially when you're like, yo, you cross the line, like. But it's like nowadays in like professional sports, after the whole Indiana, you know, the fighting in the stands and stuff, you can't get to what he's gonna do, fight him. You can't fight him. You know what I'm saying?
Well, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish up.
Well, like, and what I'm like worried about is that we're so early in what's happening right now, and just the flaring of emotions within the United States. That if everybody starts flying off the handle now, the snowball only rolls downhill faster and faster and faster.
Yep.
And it's like, honestly, I haven't even heard about the situation until now because of everything else that's going on. But that's more or less what I'm saying is like, it's just we just keep adding.
Yeah.
And nothing's being peeled away at this point.
Right, and I think that is why players are reacting.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, this ain't the first time we got hit.
I'm pretty sure, definitely.
You know, and it's across all sports.
Right, like all sports,
Yeah,
and
Happened in baseball in Boston.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's not the first time, you know,
it won't be
but
last. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just right now. Like I feel like if you're a person of color, you know what I mean, or just a person who tired of the bullshit.
Yeah.
Like you on edge. You know what I mean? You on edge when before somebody would say something you like, oh man, that's just dumbass man. But now you feel like, man, fuck this shit. You like
Well, there's already a flame.
Exactly.
Right. You already.
Yeah.
Especially as a black man in the time in this country is hard.
Right.
Like being a minority or a black man is hard because you can't fight everybody that says something about you, and it's like you gotta be so above it, but it's like fuck man, sometimes like it just comes out of you.
You
like,
never like you can never lose your shit the way people lose their shit on you.
Yeah, exactly.
You see what I'm like? You know what I mean? Like you can never like it's like one of those. I'm gonna take it to like the simplest form. You ever wake up, you just having a bad day. You know, and people just doing the same shit that they do every other day.
Yeah.
But this day is just not not having it because you just get so tired of this happened and that happened back to back to back. You get built up and you just at some point, as even the most reserved person, man, you're still human. You can only take so much.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's where players are at right now. That's why I said, man, it's a real important time right now.
And you know, we think about it like this. I mean, football, they're once a week. You know, sometimes twice a week.
Right.
But like with baseball, with basketball, shit like that, these dudes are out there playing 3-4 games a week.
Yeah.
So can you imagine going somewhere and being, you know, shitted on at your job? I have people call into my job and it pisses me off. So like I can only imagine trying to go and do the same thing that I do, trying to help you, trying to entertain you, make sure that you get what you need and you get your money's worth, and you want to spit in my face.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Nah, yeah. We're gonna take a shot. Marcus just said that he bought this Virginia Black. Hey, yo, shout out to Drizzy, bro. We need the sponsor, my G. Like, the sponsorship ain't come free, my nigga.
He's never gonna This shit is. Hey, first off though, if you ain't checked out the first episode, man, make sure you go check that shit out. The description is in the motherfucking comment box. Holla at your boy, subscribe, like, comment, do whatever you need to do. The power circle is real.
Yeah. And I mixed them up last
Let Tim tell me.
Hey,
Alright, y'all.
I'm talking to him.
Got myself home.
Yo, cheers to the Power Circle, FYB.
Hey, there you go. I'm just trying to tell you. You ain't
Topic, we're gonna talk about the man Cam Newton.
This is an all NFL sports.
Well, shit, there's a lot of shit that happened in the NFL this week. This is happening. A lot of this is one of the controversial.
But alright, this is kind of my favorite topic, so get to it. Tell them what happened. Tell them what happened.
So Cam Newton, if y'all didn't know, Cam Newton, he was in an interview with
real
a young lady, Jordan Rodriguez, I think was her name, a reporter. She said, talking about Devin Funches, his wide receiver running routes, and he goes, "That's funny, a girl talking, hearing a female talk about routes, like, ooh, routes." And he started laughing and shit like it was funny. The room was dead silent. Nobody thought the shit was funny. It was uproar, sexist comments, man lost endorsements, a whole bunch of shit. How do y'all feel about that?
I mean, I've seen the video. I just don't. I don't know. I don't see the real disrespect. I mean, I get it. Totally, you know, I don't really get it, honestly, I don't.
It's sexist. It's sexist.
It is.
But see, it is to a certain extent, but like, just where we stand, especially in that sport, she's out of her league. And now I'm not saying that like, cause she's a woman, she's out of her league, but like, she's one of like 7 women maybe that have a voice in the NFL, like, and one of them is, what's her name? Pam Oliver. And that's because she's there all the time. But like, you don't really, it's a very male-run sport. So I think that it was probably, it probably got taken, you know, a little more personally than it should have. But like, realistically, that would be like if a man came to figure skating and was trying to tell you like, oh, whatever, blah, 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 some shit about figure skating. It would be like, yo, you're kind of out of your element right now.
There is no figure skating.
But there's no, well, I guess there is male football players, but there ain't no WNFL or no shit like that where we can cross over and have our voice.
Okay, but I'm just being devil's advocate.
Yeah,
because I feel what you're saying. But in the time we are now where women are trying to make their push to be equal, like, you know what I mean, to be on the same level of men, I feel like him doing that, regardless of how you feel about it, him doing that when he did it is the reason why everybody is tripping. Do I feel like it's that big of a deal? No. Do I feel like he should have lost endorsements? No. Do I even feel like he was wrong for doing what he did? Because how many times have you talked to a girl about football and she didn't know what the fuck he was talking about?
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm saying.
But you know what I mean?
Totally.
For him to have that reaction, I feel like just because of who he is, and not even who he is, what he is as an entity in football, you can't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just
Friends.
How you feel about that, Mark?
I mean, honestly, like how many women have asked him about route running in his whole lifetime? Like probably none. Probably none. Mom maybe, girlfriend maybe, probably none. So I mean, the way he handled it though could have been totally different. Like he could have just did his interview as a professional athlete, handled it as a professional, did his thing. Went to the back and then laughed about it. I mean, let it go. Nobody can know about it. And he didn't have to sit there in front of the cameras and laugh.
He did make it seem like women was hella dumb. Like the way he laughed was like,
you asked me the wrong
like
question.
you dumb as fuck. Like how did he was like.
It could have been one of those days where just everyone was just testing him.
Right.
He always says that.
I feel like this as a person. For me as a male, of course, we all love women. So like the thing is like, yeah, the comment. I feel like the comments wasn't that crazy. It wasn't like he was like, you got no business being. It wasn't like he said no crazy shit.
He wasn't
But what he said though was like a conversation that he was like having with the homies. Like, hey yo, it's funny to hear girls talk about routes. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of women that know football better than males do, because just like you said, how many times you've been around women that's like, hey. Oh, that don't know football?
Right.
There's a lot of dudes that don't know shit about football, and there's a lot of women that I know personally that know the fuck out of football and sports in general that can cover it better than men can.
Right.
So it's like, so he really should have kept that shit to himself. Honestly, he really should have kept the fucking shit to himself. Nigga's an idiot. He should have just said the shit to himself and didn't let that. Now he's losing endorsements.
I mean,
and then he's making a speech like, my comments were blah blah blah.
That's a lot of like to apologize.
It's soft. Like you shouldn't have did that shit in the first. Like what in your mind was like, yo, I'm gonna say this shit and
man, I'm gonna tell him like Kanye, don't ever fix your lips like collagen and turn around and you gonna end up apologizing.
Ooh.
Man, if you said that shit, say that shit.
Okay.
If that's how you feel, that's how you lost your endorsements anyway. So you fuck apologizing now. You already did it. You already did it. My thing is, don't apologize now. You already lost the endorsement.
And they made a good point. They said that, like, as petty as this thing is, a majority of those, sponsors and endorsements and shit, they were ready to jump ship as it was.
Right.
Exactly.
So now you gave them a scapegoat.
You just
like,
gave them a
hey,
way
you
out,
fucked
man.
up. Again, I see where it is coming off sexist, but I'm just saying, I don't think that it was as big as it's being blown out to be.
Because today, me and my friend was at Round Table Pizza today, and there's the buffet, which you go through the buffet, get all the pizza you can eat, the whole nine. Well, and it was an hour before I had to go to lunch. Go to work. Well, shit, my ass, I had like 15 minutes to go. I felt a little rumbly in the tumbly. Had the bubble guts, and I had to go to the bathroom. The BGs. Blew my fucking brains out in the bathroom. Like, yo, I gotta go. I was like, yo, we gotta leave right now. So after that, my butt hurt. It was burning, bro. And I was sitting there like I couldn't sit right in my seat, and I was like, yo, I needed one of them donuts because my ass was hurting hella bad. And I was like, yo, like this shit it's cold, bro. So I was having a conversation with somebody, and they was talking about eating. It got on top of it, eating groceries, and I was like, to me, I'm not fucking with no part of the booty hole. Didn't have to go off of that. I'm not fucking with no part of any type of booty hole. And that's just me because I know what comes out of it. So how do y'all feel? And I'm not letting nobody play with my butthole at all either, because that's being older, because you know what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, I'm not doing that. I'm not with that.
Blood come out of vagina though, and you still eat that.
That's once a month though.
No brown eye for this guy. That's
So you eating groceries? That's what you saying?
No.
You get one cup if you do.
I have not. I will not. I refuse to. But it's not because of the same dumbass reasons that what he talking about. Because I know what comes out of it. You know, blood come out of vagina too, and babies and all that other wild shit, and you still do that. My thing is, I'm not eating your ass. This is just not my thing. I don't have to give you no fucking reason or no fucking religious choice. I'm not eating your ass.
fair.
That's it. Now when it comes to that other situation,
Alright, Vic, how you feel about it? 'Cause you look like a nigga that eats an ass. You look like an ass eater.
I got money on Vic eating the ass.
That wasn't enough.
You eating
I
Vic is, yo, cut that. Wait. No, cut.
I ain't never, but I never say never.
Oh, cut the tape, my nigga. Hey, I live with him. I'm gonna have to disinfect all my shit, my cups, my bowls, my forks and spoons.
Somebody confiscated his toothbrush. That motherfucker probably hidden right now.
That's why his breath smell like ass.
Boy got the shit mouth.
Mark, how you feel about it, bro?
Bro, I ain't eating no booty.
Mike, you ain't fucking with it?
I ain't fucking with it, bro. Everything else, I ain't eating the booty.
Why not?
Alright, fuck that.
You still wouldn't do it for a bag?
For the bag? How much we talking about?
100
Beyonce money.
100 million.
100 million to
Ooh.
eat ass? Nigga, put booty in my face right now.
I mean, crystal, bro.
Yeah, what you mean? I put some Tyler T on that shit, man. That shit burn. What you talking about for $100 million?
I ate her ass after a concert.
Man, oh my
God.
She can treat my mouth like a 40. She can treat my mouth like a porta potty for $100
Because
million.
this is the thing though. This is the thing though. Y'all done did some wild shit for free before. I know you did. I know you did.
She agrees.
Y'all done did some wild shit for free. Y'all done ate some shit off the ground y'all wasn't supposed to. Some shit done drop you, done dig in your nose and did some wild shit.
I used to be a booger eater.
You know what I'm saying? And you did that shit. You did that shit for nothing.
Willingly.
Willingly.
I ate boogers as a kid.
Tell me $100 million, you ain't gonna eat no. That's totally different, and that would never happen because she wouldn't offer me $100 million. So no, I'm still not eating your ass. Go ahead, Christian. Talk your shit.
How you feel about it, man?
Christian eating
I'll
ass.
go downtown Doodoo Brown.
No.
Nah, it's not for me.
Tell Doodoo Brown.
I got 3 kids and I never had to lick a butt for anything. I done all right with just the regular shit.
Oh shit. He said I never had to lick a butt for that my kid. Fuck.
Yo.
Oh, I never had to lick a butt. That's gonna be my motherfucking new bio on Instagram. I ain't never had to lick a butt for any of my accomplishments. I don't give a fuck.
Yo.
Oh fuck.
I'm gonna ask in our studio audience right now to see if you ever eat ass.
Oh shit. See if you eat that. This is the behind the scenes.
That's a negative. That's a negative.
It's a no for me.
That's a no for me, dog. That's a no for me, dog. Hey, yo, so with that wild ass ending, that concludes the second episode of the Power Circle. Like, subscribe, comment. We're gonna take one more shot before we leave out of here. If y'all on live, y'all out there, take a shot one time with us to celebrate. And I appreciate all y'all tuning in. Really, we fucks with all the love. So we gonna take a shot.
Y'all taking the time out to come check us out.
None of my bitches follow y'all.
Appreciate it.
You be surprised.
None of my bitches follow y'all niggas.
One of your old dude, he was like, sit over here eating booty. I was like,
Oh.
I guess.
Hi.
Everybody out there in the world, take a shot with us, please.
Hey, man,
we're gonna toast. We're gonna toast right now to the Power Circle, FYB.
Till next time.
Till next time. Till we see y'all.
Yes, sir.
Don't forget tricks for kids.